Oh, hi there, food friends. It's Kevin.
It sure is, and I'm Ralph. I'm behind the camera.
And welcome to Cavalcade of Food.
Thank you.
And we are baking again today. I think, I don't know, Ralph. I've been in this baking mood. Maybe it's the end of summer. Maybe it's, I don't know what. But we've also had a lot of requests from friends.
That's true.
So, anyways, today we are making a buttermilk pound cake.
Okay.
And I have had this buttermilk that I wanted to use up, and you can never go wrong with the pound cake. So let's do this thing. So here's what we've got, Ralph. I've got 3 cups of flour here. All right. And to that, I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of just regular table salt. And I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of baking soda.
You with me so far?
You are, aren't you?
Yeah.
Following along? Okay. So, and then I'm going to use a whisk here just to kind of stir that together. All right. I think that's good. We're going to set that aside. Now, I have got 1 cup of butter here.
Really?
That's 2 sticks.
Wow.
To us normal folks.
Okay.
And so I'm going to put that in. This butter is at room temperature.
So nice and pliable.
Right. And I have got 3 cups of sugar here.
Wow.
Okay.
So 1 cup of butter, 3 cups of sugar.
Yep. And so we are going to we're going to cream these together. Okay. And today we're using our Sunbeam Model 12C mixer. We did a little video, a vintage appliance tour of this mixer a few episodes back. If you want to know more about this great old Mixmaster, check that out. But I'm just going to kind of cream this together slowly here, Ralph. I want the butter and the sugar to be well incorporated.
Okay.
While that's doing it, I will point out I've got 6 eggs here.
Okay.
Room temperature. Okay? Those are the next thing to go in. So
do they go in complete or separated, or
they go in complete.
How long have you been doing that?
Oh, a couple minutes.
All right.
I'm very happy with where that is. Now what I'm going to do, Ralph, is I'm going to put in these 6 eggs. Now, we're going to do this 1 egg at a time. Okay? What I want to do is I want to kind of make sure each egg is incorporated well. Okay? So we're going to do all 6. This is a really old-time recipe. You know, pound cakes we love, and we've done a couple over the years on Cavalcade. What's so nice about a pound cake is that you can take it in a lot of different directions flavor-wise.
Yes.
This one, we're going to use lemon, because that's what I have on hand. But you could go so many other almond. You could even make a chocolate pound cake if you wanted to, or vanilla.
What about throwing in some chocolate morsels or some peanut butter morsels? Could you do that?
You could.
Butterscotch morsels?
Yeah, yes, you could. If you wanted to kind of keep it plain and let the morsels sort of provide the flavor. Absolutely. That's what I like about pound cakes. And people love pound cakes. It's amazing. I think it's one of those things that a lot of people don't make anymore for some reason. But we love them.
Yeah,
we scrape as we go.
Classic.
Okay, we're going to put in our 5th egg here. Take it up a little bit. Nice. And our final egg. There we go. So we've got our 6 eggs in. You want to make sure it's well combined.
So these are what you call your wet ingredients.
Yeah. Well,
No,
and
not sugar. Sugar's not wet.
sugar's not wet. We still have to add the buttermilk. All right, so now what I'm going to do is we're going to put in our flavor ingredients. I've got a couple of teaspoons of lemon zest. Okay, so this is just the outer, from the outer peel of the orange, very concentrated lemon flavor.
Mm-hmm.
And then to that,
And that goes right in the batter.
right in the batter, I'm going to add a teaspoon of lemon extract. Okay.
Hope you didn't grab the mustard by mistake.
I'm double checking.
Okay.
Okay. This is I get these when we go down south.
Harder to
These
find
wonderful flavorings. This is a natural lemon.
Oh, so
yeah, they're hard to find up
so
here.
what would you use up here if you didn't have it?
You use it lemon extract or.
Okay.
I'm also going to put in a teaspoon of vanilla.
That always brightens it up.
Always. Okay. All right. So let's work that in. Again, this is where if you were using some other kind of flavoring, you would do that, like almond or orange. Okay. We'll get that incorporated. Beautiful.
So it's
Okay.
the zest was from a lemon.
A lemon, yeah. I had a pretty big lemon, so I didn't need to use the whole thing. You just want a couple teaspoons of lemon zest.
Okay.
All right. Now, what we've got left is our flour and our buttermilk. We're going to alternate adding these things into our batter here, okay?
So a little bit at a time.
Yep, let's start with the flour mix. We're going to put a little flour. I better use a spatula. Okay. You're going to let that work in, and we're going to scrape down. Let that work into the batter. Thank you. Then
Buttermilk?
put a little buttermilk in there. Let that work in.
Is buttermilk easy to find?
Yes.
That seems like an old-fashioned ingredient.
I know most supermarkets have buttermilk. You know, I don't really. Some people like to drink it.
Really?
Yeah.
If you're like me, don't be fooled thinking it's going to taste like butter and milk. It tastes like sour cheese.
Yeah, it's really a cultured kind of a milk, but it's great for making biscuits and cakes, pancakes.
It really adds a lot of moisture.
It does, and I think that's probably the application that most people use it for.
More of a baking
More
aid.
of an ingredient than actually drinking it. All right, I'm going to continue with my alternating my flour and buttermilk into this batter till it's all in. All right, here we go.
I like how easy that snaps
Just
off.
pops right out. I'm going to clean these off. We want to get all this batter out, and then Ralph will come back and I'll prep our pan here. I'm using this wonderful
Just put
square-shaped tube pan today.
some flour and Crisco.
And grease, yeah. Here's our square tube pan, and I've used a baking spray, so it's fully greased and floured, and we're gonna put our pound cake.
How many different shapes of bundt cake pans do you have?
Well,
Seriously.
this is a tube pan.
Oh, that's not a bundt cake?
No, it's not a bundt cake pan. A bundt cake pan is sort of fluted. It's and it's
Oh, yeah.
it's usually
But it's got a hole in the
round.
middle.
It does have a hole in the middle, yes. So it works the same way. And there's a reason there's a hole in the middle, Ralph, for the pan, because what that serves for the hot air in the oven to come up through that tube, okay?
Okay.
And help bake the cake so that it gets the warm air kind of circulated in the center. So but this is what you would use, say, if you were making an angel food cake.
Oh, yeah.
Or something like that, but also good for these kind of cakes.
It sure looks and smells buttery.
Doesn't it? Well, I think that's what most people think of when they think of a a pound cake, they think of butteriness. So, all right, we're gonna just
pounding it down.
We're gonna just get this so that it's sort of even. The oven is at 325 degrees, and we're gonna bake this for like 50 minutes to an hour.
Ooh.
Okay, so it's a little lower of an oven than normal. We normally bake at 350. This is 325, but we're gonna bake it a little longer.
We're going to go uptown with Duke Ellington and then come back.
Awesome. So, Ralph, we have had our pound cake in for 90 minutes at 325 degrees. And we're going to, looks like we had a little come out the bottom. That happens sometimes with these pans. There it is. What a beautiful looking cake.
Oh, I like how it's almost like airy.
Yeah. Again, we have a nice spring action here. You see it's pulled away from the sides.
Let's get a little look at those bubbles.
We have cooled this. Here's what I'm going to do, Ralph. It's cooled, and I've got it pretty much
separated. You
Yeah,
run
I
the
think
knife
so.
through. Okay.
Yep. I got a 9x9 pan here.
Gotcha.
I'm going to lift this.
Oh, that's a tricky little pan with
Isn't
a
that
hole at the
beautiful?
bottom.
And we're going to put it in there. Okay?
Okay.
Now, because I don't have a square plate.
How do you get that metal thing out of the middle?
Well, now what we will have to do is you can do one of two things. We can tip it out from this onto another plate. Okay?
Okay.
Or we can just leave it like that. But what I'm going to try to do first is kind of cut around the tube here and loosen that. And then what you have to do is loosen the bottom.
Oh, 'cause
Okay.
it's still stuck to the bottom.
Exactly. It is still stuck to the bottom.
So it seems like the trick with this buttermilk pound cake is to make sure it's not too hot and not too cold, not too dried out.
So this is, it's a dense cake. I'm gonna just sort of go around the edge here. Because remember, we have that piece on the bottom,
Right.
right?
Buttermilk yummy butter cake pound cake.
Do it all the way, all the way around here. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Oh my goodness gracious.
Little sneak peek there.
Uh-huh. So what I'm hoping is we do it like this.
It'll fall into place.
Maybe. Hello? Maybe.
Is it still sticking?
Maybe. Maybe.
It's coming apart.
Look at that.
Almost like a sponge cake.
Absolutely. Beautiful. I almost want to put it the other way up. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
I want the top, the part that's up right now,
So now you have to flip it again.
I want it to be the bottom.
Yeah.
So how about look at this? What if we do this?
Boy, this is the flippin'est flippy cake I've ever seen.
How's that?
It's getting there.
There we go.
Yeah, that looks
That
good.
looks better. There it is, folks. All you need is, a bunch of 9x9 pans, but that's it. So I don't know if I'm going to glaze it. If I wish I had a square plate, because it would look really nice on a square plate, but I don't have one. So we're going to do it just like that. All right, Ralph, I'm just going to give this, again, you could make a nice glaze with this with a little powdered sugar and lemon juice.
Kind of drizzle it on?
Yeah, drizzle it on and be very nice. Or if you want to keep it simple, get a little strainer here and just take yourself a little powdered sugar, and we do like this. Isn't that pretty? Just give it a nice dusting.
Like the first snowfall.
There you go, of powdered sugar, and it's pretty. and it's easy.
Simple and delicious.
Yeah, and it's simple, and it's no more complicated than that. Okay, now let's cut into it. So,
now with all the butter and buttermilk and flavorings, this looks like it's going to be another very moist pound cake.
Should be very moist. If I can get this little piece out, maybe a fork on that end. The first, yeah. Now, this is what you want to see in a nice pound cake. You want to see how dense this is. And how moist.
There you go.
That's delicious. We're getting our lemon flavor. Very nice and moist.
Sometimes dense is not moist, but you can see that this is both dense and moist.
Mm-hmm.
And that powdered sugar on top probably gives it just the right amount of sweetness to add to the lemony zestiness of it.
Absolutely. I mean, I'll eat this just as is, but
hey, what about ice cream?
you can put, this would be great with ice cream, vanilla ice cream, lemon sorbet or lemon sherbet.
Some kind of compote.
Any kind of fruit over this would be wonderful. Really good.
And
there it is.
Look, you've made like a keyhole.
Yeah, kind of. But, so, that's good.
Kevin's keyhole cake.
So here it is, folks. Our buttermilk pound cake. And really, really good. Again, a lot of options on how you can flavor this. So we went with something lemon, and it's just wonderful. So we had a great time putting this cake together.
We'll have fun eating it with some coffee tomorrow.
A lot of fun eating it. Perfect in the morning with coffee, or anytime after dinner with coffee. Hope you had a great time being with us, and you know what? We look forward to seeing you next time right here on Cavalcade of Food. Bye, everybody.
This is a friend maker. You make friends with that cake.